everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040, bringing to another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. And today I wanted to discuss and share my thoughts with all of you about John Cena's 2025 retirement announcement and who I feel should be Cena's final opponent. So, John Cena came out at the Money in the Bank 2024 pay per view and got straight down to business, didn't waste any time. He got straight to the point and just flat out said, in 2025, I will be retiring. And this was quite a big shock because, you know, John Cena has been hinting at retirement for the last couple of years, and he's always said about how much longer he thinks he can continue to keep competing in WWE. And he has always said that time is not on his side. He's a lot older than he was a few years back, and he wants to go out in the best way possible. Now, in regards to John Cena retiring in 2025, I mean, Cena has been competing on a part-time schedule for quite a while now, as he's dabbled into the world of movies. So there was always that concern and belief that Cena would eventually hang up the boots for good and call it a day. Now, I am not the biggest John Cena fan in the world. Anyone who knows me well enough knows that, you know, as a wrestling fan growing up, John Cena got big at a time when wrestling was really on a downer, and I always refer to that period as the declining era. And John Cena as the WWE champion, he was just shoved down our throats for so many years, and it got to the point it was almost like suffocation. But I never really knocked his ability. I mean, he's not the greatest wrestler in the world. I mean, he's no Shawn Michaels, he's no Kurt Angle or Taker, but Cena was always good at making things feel like a big deal. He always made matches feel very big and very epic, and I've always respected his ability for his storytelling. The whole Super Cena thing where he was portrayed as this Superman like figure, he would take a beating and then come back with his infamous five moves of doom, as a lot of wrestling fans call it. And he would pretty much get the quick win. And yeah, that stuff got really old for me really fast. And the amount of times he would win the title and then lose the title and then quickly win it back. Yeah, that period of time in wrestling was not a great time for me. And I really feel during that time that not a lot of people benefited from that uh, run. I don't think so anyway. I'm sure there's some people out there who probably think that, oh, that was a great time, to be a wrestling fan. Yeah, it was not a great time for me. I wouldn't say it was as bad as Triple H's Reign of Terror. Nothing will ever be as bad as that. It was certainly on the lines of that, but different. But as time has gone on, I've come to respect Cena for what he's done. He's not one of my favourites. He never will be. But once Cena took a step back from the title picture and started concentrating more on having big matches, yeah, I got to a point where, okay, I don't like this guy, but at least he's out of the title picture because I just got sick and tired of that stuff. And he started elevating and helping to create new stars. I probably would say that Cena's best work in his much later half of his career was when he won the US title and he had that open invitational thing where he would challenge any wrestler to come out and face him for the US title. I thought that was really good because it really helped elevate a lot of talent. And the guy I felt benefited the most from that was Kevin Owens when he came from NXT to the main roster. I thought that was really good. And the stuff he did with AJ Styles, I thought that was fantastic. I thought that was some really good stuff came out at that time. And the idea of John Cena retiring in 2025. I kind of saw this coming, but I didn't really expect it to be this soon. I thought maybe end of the year we might hear something. And he's already made it clear which pay per views are going to be his last: Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania 41. He has actually gone on record to say that WrestleMania 41 will be the final time he competes at the biggest show of the year. So, it was quite an emotional moment seeing Cena out there not doing his usual corny act. He was actually quite serious and he looked like he was going to actually break down in tears. So I thought at first, how legit is this? Is Cena really retiring, or is this just another thing to just boost the storyline up? But it looked pretty legit to me. It looked like that Cena is definitely hanging up the boots, and he's made no secret about this farewell tour, if you want to call it, how it's going to start and how it's going to end. Now, the big question is for Cena's retirement match, who could be his final opponent? Could it be CM Punk? I mean, CM Punk and John Cena, the magic they created together in 2011 was brilliant. It was so good. Maybe CM Punk could be the final opponent, providing Punk remains healthy and doesn't get injured again. CM Punk's a good choice. I think the best opponent to be for John Cena's final match, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. I think it should be Randy Orton. I think it makes perfect sense. They had an epic rivalry. Although too many matches doesn't warrant an epic rivalry, but fans have always said, even WWE have always made it a point that it was an epic rivalry. I'll admit the rivalry was good, but I wouldn't really say it was epic like Stone Cold versus The Rock. But it was certainly epic in its own way. But for me personally, I think it should be Randy Orton. It makes perfect sense. They both came into WWE together in 2002. Both shot to the top quite fast. I think Randy Orton got to the top a little bit quicker than Cena, but there wasn't much in it. And, both have held the title multiple times. Cena's at title 16 now. He broke Flair's record. And I think Randy Orton is somewhere around 13 or 14, somewhere around that. Now, here's a scenario that I'm going to paint out to all of you. Let me know what you guys think when this is all finished. What if Randy Orton, he turns heel, he wins the title? John Cena, yeah, no, I can already hear it in my head now. No, not again. Just hear me out. John Cena wins the Royal Rumble for the third time. Sorry, Austin. Challenges Randy Orton at WrestleMania 41. You know going in that this is going to be Cena's final match. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Obviously, if Cena loses, he retires. What if, for his retirement match, he beats Randy Orton for the title and becomes a 17-time champion? How does that sound? Does that sound good? Because I can't honestly see Cena retiring without getting one final opportunity at the title. I just can't see that. You cannot sit there and tell me John Cena is going to retire without getting one more opportunity at the title, a title shot, if you will. But I think that's probably how it's going to happen. John Cena beats Randy Orton for the title, becomes a 17-time champion, and then retires. Or Randy Orton could be the one to retire John Cena, finally sticks it to his longtime rival and becomes the guy who retired the Doctor of Thugonomics, you know? And what better way to do that in an I Quit match? The guy has always been known for never saying I quit or never giving up. Imagine for John Cena's final match, he says I quit. I know they did have an I Quit match years before, but just imagine that for his retirement match. John Cena saying I quit. Whew. Chills, baby, chills. But That's what I think. I think Randy Orton should be the final opponent, whether the title's on the line or not. I think it could be magical, in my opinion. And whether you like John Cena or you don't, you cannot deny that John Cena has had an amazing run at the top, and he's considered to be one of the all time greats. Even if I don't necessarily like that, I still cannot deny the guy's place in history. He works really hard. Yes, he may have got pushed to the moon, but there's no denying that the guy bleeds WWE. He's 100% loyal to the company, and whenever they need him for something, whether it's a big match or a segment or a special guest appearance on a special show, he's always been there. I cannot deny that. John Cena is definitely one of the most loyal and reliable wrestlers in the history of the company. Can't take that away from him. He's had some great feuds. Yeah, maybe some of them were always seeing him coming out on top, but he has had some great rivalries and he's had some excellent matches. And there's no doubt that John Cena is definitely going into the Hall of Fame. Whether that will be 2025 or 2026, it's very hard to say, but John Cena has definitely punched his ticket to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. It's not a matter of if he goes into the Hall of Fame, it's when. But as I said, whether I like him or not, he's had an unbelievable career. And, you know, it's never good to see anyone retire, but these things do happen. But it's going to be a very interesting ride, and it's going to be quite interesting to see how he will close out his career. Would it be nice to see a heel turn from him, perhaps? Absolutely. I don't think we'll get it. I think that ship has long since sailed, but never say never. You never know, but I don't think we're going to get that at this stage of his career. They've had many opportunities to pull the trigger, but yeah, I can't see John Cena turning heel before he hangs it up. I think he's going to go out as a full-fledged babyface. But there's a first time for everything, but I very much doubt it. But Cena's had a hell of a career, one of the best. Whether I like him or not, I'm giving the guy his props, or as the new saying is, his flowers, if you will. He's earned every bit of it, and yeah, should be an amazing final run with Cena as he gears towards retirement. So that's going to be it from me. I am going to wrap this up now. How do you guys feel about John Cena retiring in 2025? Are you shocked? Are you sad? Are you happy? How do you think he's going to retire? Do you think he'll retire as a 17-time champion? Or do you think he might challenge for the title and lose? Who do you think his final opponent should be? Do you think it should be Randy Orton? Do you think it should be CM Punk? Or do you think it should be someone else? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below. And I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. So until then, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.